suspect has been firing shots at the police officers from the residence that he lives in and is currently held up in the house. Now we have members from allied agencies throughout the state of Delaware that are on scene. We've established a perimeter on the house. He is contained to the one house, but continues not to surrender as we wish. We will be on scene until we get a peaceful resolution. Now, I do not have the suspect's name at this time. It is a male suspect, and he is currently linked to the investigation that is ongoing at the Wawa located on Pulaski Highway in Newark.
And tell us, just describe to us, what are they right now? What is the situation? How big is the perimeter, and what are they surrounding?
Well, obviously we have sent out a reverse 911 to the individuals that live within the community to let them know what is going on and why some of the residents have been evacuated due to the fact that he is firing at the police officers and in the neighborhood. In order to contain the situation, we establish a large perimeter and then move it in a little bit closer as we see necessary. Now we have our CMT, which is our hostage negotiators, that are speaking with him or trying to establish some sort of communication with him at this time and establish that, get information from him and try to get a peaceful resolution to have him come out and peacefully surrender.
Whose house is that?
It is his house. He's at his own house in the 500 block of St. Michael Drive.
So you have identified him? You know
we do know who he is. We are not releasing his name at this time.
Were you able to follow him back from the Wawa?
The investigation at the Wawa and the witness statements and the people that were contacted during the investigation were able to provide us with information as to who this person was, and we were able to respond to the area, locate him, try to establish some sort of contact with him, which led to obviously ultimately him firing rounds at the officers that arrived.
So was that because they were giving a description of a vehicle, or did they actually know who he was?
Well, that portion of the investigation is still ongoing at this time, so as to not try to hinder that information or that, the prosecution of our case, we're still establishing witness investigations and witness interviews, gather surveillance photos if we can, and just gather the information so we can get a resolution to this.
With what kind of weaponry is he firing at these?
That I do not have the information at this point.
And tell us about the back and forth with how many, is it a lot of rounds? The witnesses are saying they heard 30 shots fired?
Again, I don't have the number of rounds at this time. That would be part of the final investigation once we have concluded as to how many rounds he fired at the police officers, if any rounds struck any of the houses, if they struck any of the police vehicles, and so on and so forth.
He's believed to be in there by himself?
He is believed to be in there by himself.
Does he live there with anybody else?
It is believed that he lives there with his family.
And any idea of a motivation?
Not at this point.
Where's his family?
His family is not in the house at this time.
You know what started the altercation of the Wawa?
That is part of the ongoing investigation.
There was a Newcastle County police cruiser in a ditch on Porter Road. Was that part of the chase, or was that part of the escort?
Yeah,
okay,
sorry,
all right.
Was there a chase? Can you
No.
say that?
As
Okay.
far as I know, there was no pursuit or any chase of this nature.
So police responded to this home,
Right.
surrounded
Right.
it, and then.
Right. Try to establish contact with him.
Okay. And has there been any verbal exchange at all?
That I know that our hostage negotiators are trying to establish communication with him. Whether or not that has been established, I'm unable to tell you that.
Thank you.
All right.